Sup, everyone? J-Bone back. Gonna do some wrestling talk. That's right. Smash this podcast at its new home, bringing everything back to this channel the way it used to be. Doing everything under one roof. The wrestling, the music, the miscellaneous entertainment videos, everything one home. All in one nutshell. Yeah, man, just got done watching Raw. We're not going to be talking Raw, but holy cow, what an ending! Hey, jeez, Louise, that. Let's say a little prayer for that ref that took a dive out of the ring. That was hilarious. Oh, that was awesome. All right, we're going to talk some FloSlam right now. I don't think too many of my friends were up early this morning, but I actually woke up early, unfortunately. That's what happens when you get a little older and, you wake up early for all the wrong reasons. And then I reminded myself when I went online real quick just to look at notifications and whatnot that FloSlam was going to be broadcasting a brand new company, wrestling company called Lucha Forever. It's going to be featuring wrestlers from the UK and also from popular Lucha Libre brands / companies like Lucha Underground. One of the guys who I was really looking forward to, being a part of the show and then ended up not being a part of it was Ricochet. He's one of my favorites, especially being a part of Lucha Underground. Excuse me. Yeah, he's injured or whatever, and so that got squashed. He got replaced by Tyler. What's his name? The WWE UK champ guy, Tyler Bates, that kid, which it really didn't matter because that match ended up getting, well, if you were there live, you saw it. But for the guys like me watching on FloSlam, you got something else, which was kind of like an intermission match, which it was okay. I watched some of it, but that was like my intermission too. I stepped away for a while, had some breakfast, got some coffee, whatever, then came back and watched the rest of it. No offense to what they played. It wasn't part of the show, so I wasn't invested in it. I was really curious, even though I didn't know most of these guys. I was excited for the show. I tried to do my part being a fan of FloSlam to promote it here and there, retweet stuff or tweet about it, whatnot. Going to talk about some of the highlights here. I'm not going to break down every single match. Like I said, a lot of these guys I just don't know because I haven't watched these guys from the UK a lot. Some of these guys, yeah, I've seen a lot, like Callihan and Strickland. Those are the guys why I really watched the show. But I watched all the matches. Starts out with, was it a four-way? It starts out a three-way, but it ends up being a four-way for the King of Flight Championship. Kip Sabian versus Ashley Dunn versus, you read my notes here, Kelly Six. Excuse me, man, I need to write better. Excuse me. And then Kip Sabian was going around outside the ring looking for another opponent, and this guy kept jumping out of his seat and following him around saying, hey, me, hello, I'll get in the ring with you. Kept following him around, and what looked like it was just a fan. It was just some guy in a, Lucha, whatever, t-shirt and jeans and a baseball cap, just following him around. And it was hilarious. And they started calling him that guy. And the crowd started chanting, that guy. Well, they never gave that guy a name, never said who he was. But then all of a sudden he got added to the match where it was like, oh, okay, well, he's a wrestler then, obviously. Ripped off his pants, and then it was just like, oh, okay, yeah, he's supposed to be a part of it. It was really funny. A lot of fun, kind of a train wreck of a match, really, but a lot of fun. No one got hurt. Just you could tell some of the guys, especially that guy. You know, I'm sure he's got a lot of potential. It just looked like he was a little green. You know, some of the stuff he was doing. But nonetheless, the match was a lot of fun. Kip Saban retained his King of Flight championship, and I forget where they said he won that from. It's not part of the Lucha Forever brand. They had their own championship that they were going for. Next was a women's match, which was also kind of a train wreck, but entertaining nonetheless. Alex Windsor versus Toni Storm. Toni Storm ends up getting attacked by what's her name here? Dahlia Black. She had a broken leg. Attacked her with a crutch. Toni Storm gets hauled off, gets counted out, and Alex Windsor is your winner. But then all of a sudden, this other girl comes out. And I don't know any of these girls, but like I said, this was all very entertaining nonetheless. Quite, how this all came out. Nixon Newell then came out, and she had a hell of a women's match, with Alex Windsor, and then Nixon lost. Alex Windsor wins 2 matches in a row, one by count out, one by pin. Excuse me, which she actually ended up using Nixon's finisher on her. The announcers said that. By the way, I want to give props out to the announcers. Even though this was a brand new brand for me to watch on FloSlam, and I never heard these announcers before, they were very entertaining, very thorough, and called everything great, all the way from color commentating to calling the match as well. Hats off to those guys. I did not write their names, but I did give them a follow on Twitter during the event this morning. So hats off to the Lucha Forever commentators there. So yeah, Nixon loses, but then she gets a mic and she starts talking to the crowd, and it starts becoming this emotional moment, and Alex Windsor starts getting emotional, kind of, wiping tears, kind of covering up, and starts talking about moving on to the next chapter, which is interesting because, the first thing that came to my mind, and I haven't read any news as far as like who's supposed to be a part of this. I don't think it's been announced yet, but WWE's got that women's tournament coming up. They did announce that it is happening. I think they said this summer. So I'm guessing maybe this girl is going to be a part of it. If that's what she was talking about, moving on to the next chapter, hey, congrats to her. Whatever she is going to be doing down the road, because I became a fan of both these girls. They put on a hell of a match. They really did. So it'll be interesting to see what comes down the road for Nixon Newell. What's next here? A match between Jigsaw, who's a Lucha legend. Well, I shouldn't say, I don't know. Should we call him legend? I don't know. He's been around a long time, doing stuff all over the world, really. Mostly known for his stuff in the States. I think Chikara, but he's been in TNA too. But he's been all over the place. Versus a local, what they said was a local favorite, Omari. Finished off Jigsaw with the ozone finisher. Wow, this guy was a really good wrestler. He was super tall too. What'd they say? He was like 6'6", 6'7". Lanky guy, kind of like, tall and lanky, like, no offense, but, kind of like a tall luchador type like Angelico, from Lucha Underground, which I guess Angelico is supposed to be on the next event a month from now or whenever it is that Lucha Forever is going to be doing. So I'm going to be really, really looking forward to that. Like I said, getting guys from Lucha Underground on there. And also guys like Pentagon. It's going to be slick. So, yeah, Omari beats Jigsaw. The local favorite getting some pops there. Let's see. Then one of the highlights of this entire show had me oh my godding, because this started out so brutal and then turned into a dance battle and had me laughing so hard I was wiping tears away. Sami Callihan versus Willow. And the ref ended up winning. Without going into too much detail, like I said, this started out really brutal. Sami Callihan was just kicking the snot out of Will. And then all of a sudden there was an awkward moment where Callihan grabbed his shorts and was trying to pull himself back up, pulled the shorts down, and revealed like those sparkly trunks that he's been wearing on and off over the last couple weeks at other events, Osprey, and then ended up dancing like, okay, there was some other event recent. Well, I think it was part of Scrapper Mania, which is also on FloSlam, was the Bullet Club versus Osprey, Leo Rush, and some guy I'm not familiar with, and I can't remember his name. I apologize. But yeah, I've seen parts of that main event where they came out to the ring and they're dancing like crazy, and then the Bullet Club comes out, and I have to yet to see the whole event. I was going to watch it, but waiting for the playback to come, and I haven't seen it yet because it was on during Easter or whatever it was. Was it Saturday or Sunday? Whenever it was on, I missed it, but I saw bits and pieces, saw pictures. So yeah, this match between Sami Callihan and Willow, just ridiculous. And just when you think it can't get any uglier, then it turns into a dance battle. The ref gets involved, and you have to see it. You seriously have to see it. You'll go from oh my godding like me to laughing your ass off. It was tremendous. From wrestle violence to wrestle silly. It's great. And like I said, the ref ended up winning the match. Just really weird, but so fun and just crazy. Callahan's becoming one of my favorite guys to watch. I know he's not everybody's cup of tea, but wow, great stuff. Then we get the break, which was, it was supposed to be the match between Pete Dune and Ricochet, which turns into Tyler Bates taking his place. But because they're under contract to WWE, they couldn't show him. So they were at the event, they did wrestle, they just couldn't show them on FloSlam. So they played another match, which was Chris Ridgway versus Mark Andrews. And that was for the British Championship at Fight Nation from some other event recently. Not really going to get into that. Mark Andrews lost his championship. So, whatever, I caught pieces of it. Didn't really pay attention to it. No offense. I just, that was, that's supposed to be like the intermission, so I made it my intermission, Then there was another small break after that, waiting to come back. They had, what was this? Oh, this was the trios qualifier. I'm just reading all my notes. I'm sorry. Damien Dune and CCK, which is consisted of Chris Brooks and Monday Lycos versus El Ligero, Drew Parker, and B. Priestley. And the second team kind of reminded me of the team from like Lucha Underground when you had the two guys and the one girl. Interesting. A lot of fun. A lot of crazy action. And the first team won. Damien Dune, or No Fun, or Officer Dune, I think they called him. I don't know. And CCK won. So, some great tag team lucha action in this match. And then what was supposed to go to the main event, then Toni Storm comes back out to the ring. Remember, she was supposed to have that match with Alex Windsor. She got attacked and then was taken to the back after she was attacked. Then Nixon, Newell, and all that transpired. So Toni Storm storms out to the ring, and she says that she's ready to go. She wants a match right now. So she calls out Dahlia Black. Dahlia Black's like, well, I can't wrestle you because I have a broken leg. But obviously she's out there for no good. So, and she's also part of what's called a power couple. So her better half, not really better half, a gentleman by the name of, can you call him a gentleman? Because he lost to Toni Storm. Excuse me. TK Cooper lost this match. Quite the power couple. But yeah, good fun. Some WrestleCilly in there. Good match though. Toni Storm, you can tell she's quite the local favorite around there. She got quite the pop when she came back out. Then the main event for the Lucha Forever Championship, Shane Strickland versus Travis Banks. Now, my money was on Shane Strickland, seeing as he's from Lucha Underground. Spoiler alert, he's the guy underneath the mask, kill shot. All right. Just in case you didn't know. I don't like talking about spoilers and stuff like that, but that's not really a spoiler. It's, it's like, Jeff Cobb's Matanza. And what? Yeah. Jeff Cobb's Matanza, just in case you didn't know. Stuff like that. All right. Anyways. And yeah, so I was really rooting for Shane Strickland. And I've seen some of his other stuff in CZW, but haven't seen, all of his stuff. I've been a fan of his for like the last couple of years, but he's really impressed me, and it's been a blast really getting to watch him perform, as Killshot, and see some of his newer stuff in CZW. Travis Banks had no clue who he was, and no offense to him, I was like, hey, he got quite the pop, and they talked about everything else that he had won as far as belts he had around the UK or whatever. And I was like, all right, whatever. Well, let's see what he can do. These two tore the house down. They had an insane match. Counters, close calls, you name it. It was such a fun match. And I got to say, even though Shane Strickland didn't win, I was kind of bummed about that. I was really hoping he would. The match was tremendous, and let's just say I am a new fan of Travis Banks. So hats off to you, Travis. You made a fan out of me. And I will be looking forward to seeing you defend this new company's championship, the Lucha Forever Championship on FloSlam. I hope they show all their events because, man, if they're as fun and as exciting as this first one, wow, you know. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell. I would have talked more about these individuals, but so many of them, like 90% of the people on the show, was the first time I saw them. I mean, some of the more well-known guys like Strickland and Callihan and Ospreay, those are like the main guys I knew. And of course, I knew the guys, well, only from their WWE showings, but still, the match didn't end up on live FloSlam or on the replay for that matter. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. But yeah, hats off to Lucha Forever. The Dawning of Forever was a great event. Like I said, can't wait to see what comes down the road for this group. They're promoting the hell out of it. Apparently their next show or next few shows are already sold out. That's really something for a brand new company to have shows that are already sold out because who you got booked. That's smart business. I mean, that's really getting people on your shows that you can tell are fan favorites and or local favorites, considering it's in and around the UK area, you know. And I don't want to get too specific about that. No offense. I just don't know where is, you know, what is where around the UK. So I'll just, you know, just a generic term. It's not meant to offend anyone out there. Across the pond, you know, so to speak. So yeah, like I said, that's it. Thanks for watching. So much more to come down the road for this channel. We're just getting going again after the holiday. Kind of a busy, chaotic, you know, stuff going on lately with the family and whatnot. But yeah, we'll be doing wrestling, music vids, stuff coming up. And, you know, I try to do daily stuff. Doesn't always happen, but everything is under one video channel now. Not doing two separate ones. Just a little easier that way, especially for promotion wise. I'll still promote stuff on the social medias for Smash This Podcast here and there, just to keep it alive. You know, try to get, you know, it'll all bring everything back to this channel though, you know. So all the wrestling stuff from here on this channel will be Smash This Podcast, just like I had it on the other YouTube channel. So thanks for watching, and yeah, lots of stuff to talk about soon with WWE paybacks coming up. Don't know if I'm going to talk about the Mauro Ranallo stuff. It does really bother me, but it's almost something I'd rather have a panel on. So that might be something I'd be working on in the near future as well. So that's it for this. Thanks for watching, folks. Good night.